Shall we start? Respected Division A Director, fellow Toastmasters, and the team of Sergeant at Arms, a very good afternoon to you all. I am Sublakshmi. Welcome you all to this wonderful session of Part 2. Let me start with the district mission. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. I would like to share few ground rules. Please keep your devices muted. Keep your video on as your reactions will be more encouraging for the speaker. Without further delay, let me call a person who opens today's session. I would like to invite a dedicated person who is with Toastmasters fraternity for the past 12 years. Doha Club is his home club. He have been introduced to Toastmasters by self-motivation. He was the past president of Doha Club and Qatar Malayalam Club. He was the area governor for Area 53 of Division Q. He was the past club growth director and program quality director for Division A. He currently extends his service as Division A director for District 116. He hails from God's own country, Kerala, Alappuzha. He works with Matrix as project development manager. He is a passionate music lover, learning vocal music and harmonium. In fact, I am sure we all enjoyed his performance in the Falcon Award show. A person who proved age is not a barrier to learn. A person who is very closely to our ABBA Ladies Toastmaster Club. Please join with me in welcoming the Division A Director, a dynamic Toastmaster, DTM Subhai Pandavat, to proceed further. Over to you, sir. The screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Subbulakshmi, for that nice introduction. I'm really delighted to hear from you. Thank you all and good evening. District officials, division officials, and my trainer, Tabaswi, as well as my Sergeant at Arms for District 116. A very warm good evening to all of you. This is the beauty of Toastmasters. Always we are learning new things. This training process is going to enlighten you. Your role, as well as today we are going to share the experience what you had last 6 months in Toastmasters as Sergeant at Arms. Some of you must have taken the same role before, but some of them are new. So it was a new experience for you as Sergeant at Arms. Today, this part of second COT, the most of the training is going to happen from all of you. What you have learned, what experience, and what are the problems you are facing. And we all know that during this COVID-19 days, it is always a difficult process for hosting the meetings. We are all seeing in virtually. And you know the importance of Sergeant at Arms. He is the one addressing the gathering, always the first person, not the president, Sergeant at Arms. So you are most important for any Toastmasters meeting. Today, Subbulakshmi, welcome all of you. She is part of Sergeant at Arms for this meeting. So you are all most important for any Toastmasters club. And I will tell you, let me tell you, if you are taking any role in Toastmasters, whether it is Sergeant at Arms up to president, all the roles are equally important. And this is a learning process. We can do little, we can do the maximum if you take any role. Nobody is going to question you. Nobody has the right to question you because you are doing free service to Toastmasters fraternity. By doing this, we are learning many new things. Even if you see 91 clubs, all the sergeant at arms will be doing different way their job. But everyone learning. During doing that process, we are learning new things. Today also, the second COT, we are going to learn new things from our trainer, as well as we are discussing in between our experience and our problems, what we are facing the problems to run the club. Everything we are going in detail. Without doing further more ado, let me invite a passionate Toastmaster to conduct today's training session. A passionate Toastmaster working in Qatar Gas, immediate past president of Alco Toastmasters Club. Whenever there is a contest, he is there in front, whether it is international contest, whether it is humorous contest, he is there. That is the power of our trainer. He is always there. And if you want to take some leadership roles, he is there. So he is the Division A pathway coordinator, as well as he is the Speakers Bureau chair for Division A. So two serious roles in Division A he is handling, and winner of Falcon Award for Outstanding Toastmaster of the Year in 2018-19. So he is the best person to train us. He is going to train all of us today with his passionate process of Toastmastering. We are going to learn from him. Please be part of the Toastmasters training today. The entire session, I want all of you to attend, learn new things, and we want to learn from you also. So this is a continuous learning process by mutually supporting. So let me welcome our trainer, passionate trainer with thunderous loud applause virtually. Tabasri Kumar on stage. Screen is yours, sir.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you for your wonderful words. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you once again, all the dignitaries and all my Toastmaster friends. For some members are new for me, and some of you must be knowing me. So thank you once again, Dad. Normally, I don't like my achievements to say, because I love it. Who doesn't like the achievements? So once again, welcome all to this new session, Quad 2 for Sergeant at Arms. I urge all of you, as we discussed in the earlier stage, give your name properly, be till the end of the session, because your attendance is important and important for the DCP point for your clubs also. Today, we will try the conversation will be interactive, and that will be more interesting for you, I must say. Now, how many of you have literally heard the Sergeant at Arms earlier before the Toastmaster? Anybody would like to say something? I think you will be muted. Sergeant at Arms.
Never heard.
Never heard. Some you must have never heard, and some those who are reading many things and literatures, they must be coming across. So Sergeant at Arms, I will try to show you one video which will give you the idea from where the Sergeant at Arms must have come. Shall I share it?
We are going to look at the opening today of a sitting in Parliament, and it will be a special sitting. You are going to see the Speaker's Parade walk down those very same halls where yesterday were filled with gunfire. And here is the Speaker's Parade right now. The man carrying the mace is the Sergeant at Arms, Kevin Vickers, surrounded by his security team. He does this every day carrying the mace. Those people who think it's a ceremonial position now know it is not. Kevin Vickers, let's listen to the applause he's getting now, as he's now hailed as a hero for his activities yesterday. Kevin Vickers is widely seen as a hero yesterday. He was the man reportedly who, alongside another officer, shot and killed the suspect. It was a day that we've never seen on Parliament Hill. Kevin Vickers realized the hill he is charged with protecting was under grave attack. He found his weapon in his office, and down some of these very halls where he's walking now, he took off that hat, but he was still in his ceremonial garb, as you see it there. He took his weapon and he protected Parliament. What we're going to see is him as he walks into Parliament now. Let's listen to the applause that he's getting right now.
Okay. So I think you must have seen the video. It was audible, right? So this was just to give an idea that Sergeant at Arms is very precious and important role, otherwise also. And Toastmaster, by considering this, we should not take it any loose regarding the Sergeant at Arms. So he was Kevin Vickers. He was famous for 4 years before, 2014, 6 years before, when he did some act. You can see in the YouTube. So Sergeant at Arms, basically, when we say about Toastmasters, as our dad mentioned in the initial stage, when Toastmaster Subbalakshmi opened the session, she did the part of Sergeant at Arms. And as you must have seen, it is very important when anyone starts any meeting or session, the first impression is the last impression. Are you all agree with me? Yeah, thank you. So, let us start with the presentation. Only 1 minute. Okay, one. Okay, is it visible?
Yes, Tabaswi.
Thank you, Jinarji. So today, the agenda for our session, we will be focusing on Sergeant at Arm role, Sergeant at Arm responsibilities, and Sergeant at Arm resources. So are you all with me? Thank you. First of all, we will be identifying the role. Fulfill your responsibilities and find the resources that will help you. During our intersection, I urge all of us to make it interactive and share whatever comes in your mind at that point of time. When we are asking any question, what is Sergeant at Arm? Immediately it comes to our mind, okay, it is just the starting of the meeting, but it is not. Today we can see nearly more than 60 members who are playing Sergeant at Arm role. They present here just to learn something out of it and make their club meetings more interesting. Isn't it so? Now, what is the essence of this Sergeant at Arm role? What is the essence? Normally in our normal meeting, we will be having groups, but I would like you to brainstorm for 10 seconds and tell us what is the main essence of the Sergeant at Arm. Anybody would like to say? What are the main essence? Or some people can write in the chat box also. What it comes, now some of you are first time for the Sergeant at Arm, but many of us have seen many meetings. What a Sergeant at Arm very essential for? He will take care. Yes, people have started writing it. He will set the mood. True. What else? Keep the meeting on time. Very important. Today we start the meeting, our session on time, because it is very important for any quality meeting. We are taking care of the time of the members, because this is a learning platform, and if we don't maintain the time, the effectiveness and the effects are reducing. So take care of the time always. Start on time, finish on time. Welcoming the guest, very important. And I love this role, that's why, because he is the only person who is meeting, greeting, having all the opportunity to establish the communication with others and making a relationship also out of it. Either it's a good friend, good mentor. So we can have welcome and arrange the venue, very important. Now, when you will be taking part of your Sergeant at Arm role, you are setting the time of the next meeting and the next meeting again. Priorly, those are your parts. That is very essential. And arrange all the meeting needs. Rightly said. So here, now we are having this experience. Arranging the things, arranging the chairs, arranging the tables, lectern, everything coming in part of Sergeant at Arm. When guests are coming, they will be invited, and that first impression, either they are the members or they are the guests, that is done by the Sergeant at Arm. Of course, it is not only the Sergeant at Arm who is responsible for all those things. It's a teamwork, right? We all are working as a team, as Dad mentioned initially. It's not a one-man show. When the club meeting will be successfully handled qualitatively, it is not any one person responsible. All the officers, all the members are responsible for any club quality meeting. And Sergeant at Arms is the first step towards it. So I think we have gathered many informations. Coming back to the presentation. Okay. So we have learned now different roles. Okay. Is it visible? So I will reiterate again. Manage the club property. Make sure everything is ready for successful meeting. These are the responsibilities of the Sergeant at Arms. He will coordinate the meeting. That is most important. And welcoming the guests. Okay. Sergeant at Arms, club responsibility, club related meeting responsibility by the Sergeant at Arms. So there are three parts we can separate Sergeant at Arms responsibilities. First is before the club meeting, right? During the club meeting and after the club meeting. That is for the club meeting responsibility of the Sergeant at Arms. It will change from club to club. But we are here to understand the basic, the minimum, and the most important things to understand and learn with each other. As we mentioned, before the club meeting, he will be arranging with the club officers and sometime with the members what is the date, next date for our club meeting. Normally, every club has decided fixed time and date for their frequent meetings. So prior to that, he will be preparing the venue. If venue is not fixed, except certain areas in Doha, where you must have changed your places time to time. So arranging the venue, fixing the date, fixing the team, and most importantly, the arrangement of refreshment sometime. Buy some snacks, hot beverages we can have to make it further interesting. So that is before the club meeting. All the stationaries important required by the meeting at that time, sometime balloting, if you have any voting issue, ballots, stationery, pen and paper, many clubs are providing. So Sergeant at Arms is taking custody to all of these things, and he will be providing and managing all these things with him. Before the meeting starts, he will be there. He will be there certain time before. And today we are happy that as the Sergeant at Arms role itself, before the session, many of the Sergeant at Arms arrived earlier in this session also. That shows the sincerity. That shows the impression what we want to give it to the others. Because nobody likes to come people who are late. Now, if you can imagine, Sergeant at Arms coming late in the meeting, how it looks. Because he is the first person to speak on the lecture. He is the opener of the meeting. And if he is not available, and if he has not delegated to others, there will be little mess up, which nobody would like to see, right? So this is the sincerity what we want to demonstrate. This is the before the club meeting we talk. Now, during the club meeting, as we mentioned, arranging the stationery, everything has been done. But we have seen many times, sometime to help others, helping the others, VP Education and President for their rules. Sometimes impromptu rules are also appearing because it is not everything you can design. And what we are learning in Toastmaster is always impromptu and challenging things to be handled. So Sergeant at Arms is also one of the person who can help immediately in any case in the meeting. So he has to be ready. He can do it only if he is focused. So, and sometimes, as I mentioned, sometimes voting, ballots, Sergeant at Arms can help in achieving those things smoothly without indicating or directing to others. That is the role of Sergeant at Arms. Now, as the meeting finishes, Sergeant at Arms is the person who will collect all the things back, putting the things back in the safe custody again, and leave leave the meeting place as it was found earlier, clean and neat. That is what is role of Sergeant at Arms. But as I mentioned, don't think that, oh, I will be the only last person and everybody left me alone. You can have your subordinate, you can have your group, you can make your small team again, right? So that it will not be a one-person game or it will not be burdened to only one person. We can make it more enjoyable. Our friends whom we like to be more mingle with, we can have a group. And all these things, all these responsibility what we mentioned can be done easily and with the fun. If there is no fun, there is no gain. If you do that with your fun and entertainment, you are also learning, and others also by seeing you, he can also gain. Why? I want to be next time Sergeant at Arms. So this is what we want to deal and demonstrate to others. After the meeting, this role again, as we mentioned again, let us see now the presentation. As I mentioned, the club meeting. Now the second role is outside the club meeting. Club meeting, as we mentioned, before the club meeting, upon arrival of the club meeting, during the club meeting, what are the things we can perform, and as I mentioned, arrange the table, set out the meeting materials and promotional materials. See, we are doing the promotional activity also for the Toastmaster, for the guests, those who came to see what is Toastmaster, those who see to understand what is Toastmaster and what I can get from Toastmaster. This is the right role for you to meet, greet, and promote Toastmasters activity. Some of the clubs, like our Toastmaster, Alco Toastmaster, where I belongs to, we were having some snacks and refreshments, hot karak chai, masala tea. These are the things we can arrange from our club arrangement by the EXCOM understanding, and you can make it more entertaining in that way. So I'm not saying that we have to do this, but if everything permits, we can have this food arrangement sometime occasionally also. That is the motivational factor also. After the club, return the room to its original configuration. Pack up and store the material and dispose the trash. See, these are the things where somebody will say, What is this? Dispose the trash. Is it need to tell? But yes, these are the things we should not forget. Because when you go and other team comes in the same place, and when they see that earlier before them Toastmaster meetings were there, what are the impression we are giving to them? That is important by our deeds, by our leftovers. So that impression also we should take care. Outside the club meeting. Now you will say outside the club, what my role is, right? But scheduling the meeting location, ensure the adequate supplies are available, and attend the executive committee meetings. Now, every club have their frequency. All these 7 club officers, they are meeting occasionally for their next program, successive programs, as well as how we can make it differently. So, Sergeant at Arms is also, don't consider yourself that I don't need to go because I am just a Sergeant at Arms, I know my job. No, you can have your opinion. You can have your difference. You can give there your points and make the meeting more qualitative, more impressive, more effective, and more, the most important, more entertaining. Are you all with me? Thank you. So, not only one officer is responsible for interesting meetings and quality, Sergeant at Arms can make that difference. As we mentioned in the outside meeting, ensure adequate supplies, attend the executive meeting. All these things are important. Most important, as I mentioned, arrange your replacement or assistance. Don't consider burden. Make your group 3-4 friends within the Toastmaster Club and try to make it a fun way. If you are not present that day, you know that I am not available. Please delegate priorly. You have to, not that today when I came to know, okay, Sergeant and I am not available today. So anybody can take that role. It can be done. But what is important is how effective, how qualitatively it is being done. That is our part. And being a Sergeant at Arms, we must see that role has been done properly even in my absence. And prepare your successor for the office. Now, as I mentioned, we need a group. So we need somebody to do Sergeant at Arms next year. And in that group, mutually or with the interest, we can decide who is your successor for the next year. Who will be Sergeant at Arms? It is not the one anybody can be Sergeant at Arms. Better to select someone who really loves this job, who really want to do this job. That one is Sergeant at Arms for us. During the executive committee, as I mentioned, update the executive committee on the club meeting space and status, because sometimes your venue, which you are doing it, is not available for the next few days for some reason. So you need to find another place. That ExCom committee must know it. This is our part. Not that tomorrow should be the meeting and today we come to know we don't have a space. That is not planning. Replace items as needed. Whenever we feel any opinion comes, feedback coming from our members, work on it. Replace those items which are not used, make something new, creative, innovative. That is the thing we want. So, I guess now these 3 responsibilities also, some of them I try to clear. Club meeting, outside the club meeting, as well as ExCom committee, your role as a Sergeant at Arms. Are you all with me? Yes. Thank you, thank you. Because Sergeant at Arms, normally, as we discussed earlier, people take it very lightly, right? For your information, I was the secretary, I was the VP Education, and I was the president 3 times in the different 3 years. I never take a part in Sergeant at Arms earlier, right? But all those years, I found it very interesting, very attractive also, because I like to meet the people. I like to talk with the people. I like to understand them. And I think sometimes it is the best position. Here in our members also right now, participants from 65, many of them are very senior citizens, very senior Toastmasters. They done many parts, DTM levels they reach, and still they are taking the role of Sergeant at Arms. I have seen Toastmaster Anupama, Toastmaster DTM, Toastmaster Surya, and I think many more. But those whom I know, they are reached to DTM, they are having different roles in their and career itself and Toastmaster journey. And now today they are Sergeant at Arms. So don't consider that Sergeant at Arms is any less value in those 7 officers. No. I think now people understanding that this is the most crucial role for any club meeting or quality club meeting to start with and to end with. And we have observed many times that Sergeant at Arms can make that difference. Everyone is different. Okay, you are a Sergeant at Arms, but you can make it different, right? Because as Dr. Shiv Khera mentioned, winners don't do different things, but they do things differently, right? So now it is your turn. You are the Sergeant at Arms of your meeting, your club, and how differently you want to do it with all those roles which we discussed and all those responsibilities we discussed, how you can make it different. It must be coming in your mind now. Sometime attending the meeting, so many things coming in mind. Why we did this? We could have done this. We should do that. But if you think you make it into action, try to pass that idea to the ExCom officers committee and get the things done. Difference is in your hand, right? Just by chalta hai, it's okay, what a big deal. In that way, we are reducing and neglecting those important things, and ultimately it happened what we think. So I urge all of you, please consider it, try to make it differently, and always, if you do any innovatively, any creative things, it will be fun, right? How you can do it? Opening of the meeting, you can make it different. Suppose today is 11 December. If you are a Sergeant at Arms, you can do something differently on 11 December, right? Start with that information that today something happened. What happened in 11 December? Maybe my cousin's birthday. It's not a big deal. But from the birthday, you can make a difference. Something big incident happened on that day. Why we remember 11 December? Maybe next year you can tell. 11 December, we were having quad 2 last year, same time, same day. Right? But this is what my point is. You can bring something which is useful, because why everybody came? Suppose today, Friday, 3 o'clock, 3 p.m., we all gathered. And if you are not taking anything with you out of these 3 hours, it is the waste of time. So similarly, your club meetings, when you are trying to give, if you are there, there should be a difference. It's okay when you are not there. But when you are there, that meeting must be very impressive and people must remember that meeting. That's what we want from you. Are you all with me? Thank you. So let us see once again what is there in our presentation. Okay. How these responsibilities we can fill? What are the most important responsibilities we have in Sergeant at Arms, as we discussed? So, some of our literature is for the person-to-person meeting, right? So that's why they mention, suppose be in a group and do some activity, but we cannot do it right now. But that's why I'm asking sometime individually to come back, right? So I would like every one of you, one by one, these responsibilities which we discussed, to reiterate, just to summarize that, yes, it is well received. Anybody would like to say, what are the main responsibilities? Alkaji? I think Jinaji must have unmuted you. Jinaji?
By hers, yes. The responsibility to check for the guest before the meeting, to check all the members are properly welcomed. Then when I open the meeting, I will open with energy or with some positive quote so that I will set the tone of the meeting. Then the responsibility, as you mentioned, that before and during the club meeting, if VP or president needs some help, I can always help.
Yes.
And outside club meeting, I will always check the venue. If we are arranging the meeting outside, we'll always check the meeting, not just much prior to the meeting. Yes. And then, yeah, this is the way we should, being a Sergeant at Arms, we should play a role.
Yeah. So anybody else who would like to share? I think Toastmaster Michael Wader, yeah. Jinaji, can you unmute him?
Yes. We were muted. We could not unmute.
Yes, yes.
Everybody was muted. The Sergeant of Arms should be the alpha and the omega of the meeting, the beginning and the end. That says it all. And while other people are participating and leading different functions, the Sergeant of Arms needs to make sure that it flows from beginning to end. He can sit back, he can watch, he can participate, but primarily he opens and closes everything.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Anyone else? We have 64 members today. Instead, I will pick someone better to say yourself. Yes, Abhijit Jadeja. One minute. Yes. 1 minute. Yes. Now.
Hello. Firstly, good afternoon, everyone. Really nice to be here. Toastmaster, in my opinion, the Sergeant at Arms, the first impression is, like they say, the last impression. So membership and the guests that attend, it's very important to give the right impression to the people visiting so that they are also encouraged to join us on this journey of Toastmasters and benefit from it. So for them to retain and to keep them there, it's very necessary that we start on an extremely good note. And that's where the Sergeant at Arms plays a very critical role in setting up the entire meeting and starting with a bang, so that they are interested in hanging around for the entire length of the meeting. So in my opinion, I feel it's a very strong first impression that the sergeant at arms plays, which is very critical.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhijit. So, anyone else?
Yes, good evening. As a sergeant at arms, the person has to tell some positive thinking of the speech. I used to do sergeant at arms in my club, thought for the day. Some of the best word, if you tell initially, they can impress the things to carry out the entire meeting. This is what my suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you, Devraj ji. So,
Thank you.
thoughts, positive thoughts can help it, because this is all honorary services, and Toastmaster is non-profitable organization. So those who are coming honorarily and showing their interest, they must get some rewards in return. When you are giving your valuable time, you must take something home which is very valuable for your life. And I'm sure, whatever, suppose I can say myself, I am now in Toastmaster for nearly 4 to 5 years. And I can say, because of the Toastmasters, because of our meetings, my roles in my job, my career is also improving. And it cannot be separated. Definitely what is coming to your mind and what is coming as your behavior and attitude, that is going to help you in your longer run. We cannot see just today I attended meeting, tomorrow what I get benefit. You cannot do that, right? But those good thoughts, positive thoughts, and good learning is going with to the long time. That's what. True. Anyone else want to share something? Himanshu ji?
Dear trainer, this is DTM Rao from Shahzad.
Yes, Rao ji.
Actually, I worked, I think, 3 times as a sergeant at arms, and I work each and every place in Toastmaster position, from sergeant at arms to division and district level. But really, I enjoyed a lot as a sergeant at arms, because what I felt, you have the chance to get in every meeting to say something, to give back to our society something, your vision and other things to your members.
Right, right. Thank you, Toastmaster Rao. That's what I wanted to emphasize. That you see, we have an example of 3 years, 3 different clubs. Person is taking a role of sergeant at arms. Can you imagine? Right? So it is not the role which you should anywhere in your mind keeping in any corner, that I am sergeant at arms only. Right? You can do that. That's what I want to know, and make sure when you finish this session, you must go home in that mode, in that manner, that I am playing a very important role. A sergeant at arms who can start the meeting with quality, and that is the only point which can create a big impression on the meeting, on the viewers, on the members. Okay, so now another thing what I want to emphasize is, now since because of the COVID, because of the Corona, from last few months, we are handling these meetings online. Even this training session is also online, right? So when you are doing sergeant at arms online, many of your responsibilities have been reduced already, right? Now you are not searching the venue. Now you are not arranging the snacks and refreshment, because Toastmasters, their spouse will made for them, right? You are in your home, whether you like the chair or you like the sofa. It is all true. Right? So sergeant at arms role has been reduced very drastically. So then also there are challenges where you can face many challenges to make it more qualitative, right? The quality, still it is in your hand. When you are attending online also, you can bring some good photos, good thoughts, good. Now you have a chance more to immediately share the screen, right? And that way also, you can make it more effective. So that is for the online meetings. But I hope very soon we will be going back to our original meetings, conventions. We will be our traditional way. That's what we like most, I think. So we are going to that. But meanwhile, till that things happen, just focus on your role online and how I can make it more better, right? Because now we have seen when it online, the body language also coming in picture, online etiquettes coming in picture, right? So those things are now added to our challenges. And when we say, if you say contest, when you are arranging any contest, sergeant at arms will become chief sergeant at arms, right? And you need a team of sergeant at arms with you. So in normal meeting, it is easy sometimes just because we are together. But we have seen now any contest, when we are arranging the meetings and the contest, we have to take mock drills, repeatedly reoccurring of the sessions for many times to coordinate with all, right? Sergeant at arms, because all are separately sitting in their rooms, their houses. So that way also, sergeant at arms, chief sergeant at arms roles are also very important. We need to practice. In the normal meeting, normal contest, people can immediately come and do whatever they want. But if you are planning online contest, now the contest time is coming. If you are planning online contest, you have to practice, practice, and practice. Because in that one set of go, your contest should be completing without any technical glitch, any human error, or without any disturbance, so that can make an impression. And we have seen last time also, we practiced 3 times, 4 times for a contest only. And we came out with flying colors, right? Everybody in our division contest, division alpha, when we did our contest last year, it was with a 0 technical glitch and human error. Just because everybody, even a chief sergeant at arms, and even a chief judge, everyone played very importantly and practiced very, maybe 3-4 times we did mock trade. So online meetings are having their own challenges. That's what my point is. Now, let us see what is next. One minute. Only 1 minute. Okay, now you will be able to see that. Are you all able to see?
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. So what we were discussing is these responsibilities. How will you fulfill this responsibility? When will each action will be completed? Who is available to help you? And what material and resources you can use? Those are the things we discussed, like we have to focus on it before that meeting and to make that meeting successful. So you can make your checklist as those things we discussed. You can make your own checklist before the meeting and you can tick mark as when it is assigned or aligned. Getting started. Now, here are more important things to be done. Attend the district-sponsored club officer training program. Now, our districts are managing many times all these training programs, like this program. We are now, parallelly, all the officers are having their training program. We must, as a sergeant at arms, as you came, we must attend. Actually, in a year, there are 2 times, and both the times we emphasize that you must do it, because everybody getting some different viewpoints from other trainers. So we must attend. Read the material. Meet the outgoing executive committee. The last year committee who left this committee, of course, they are there in the Toastmasters. You can meet them. You can learn a lot of things by their words, by asking them questions. Meet with the outgoing sergeant at arms itself. And I'm sure you may be part of him, and now you become the next year's sergeant at arms. So that way, it is very easy to hand over. It is very easy to take over. That that is what this point is meaning. Meet with current executive committee. That every occasion, maybe once in a month, twice in a month, try to have your ExCom committee meeting so that you can make that difference. Introduce yourself to the meeting space contact. So, being a sergeant at arms, yourself must be invisible to that particular space, and ask for a volunteer to assist. Without asking, nobody is going to help you. You have to go for it. You need your assistance. You need somebody's support. Please keep in the meeting, and people are there to help you. And additional resources. Now, you can go to the handbook, our item 1310. Lot of manuals, lot of videos are there which will help you to understand your role. It will help you to make it better, to make it more effective, to make it more impressive. You can go to all those resources. The resources are unlimited. Even you can learn from the previous sergeant at arms many things. And you can take the feedback of others, other members of the committee or members of the club to make that difference. So, this is what our presentation was saying. Basically, to make the things in a different way. How you can make it differently, it is all up to you. I would like to show you one video which will also explain how it can be done, and you can do it more differently other than what he has done. 1 minute only 1 minute.
അപ്പൊ ഞാനാണെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ബുദ്ധി ഭയങ്കര ടെക്നോളജിസ്റ്റ് അല്ലേ, ഫുൾ സൂട്ടിലാണ് ഞാൻ വന്ന് നിൽക്കുന്നത്.
വിനു ഇതിട്ടോണ്ടെന്നാല് അത്
Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening. Wow, so much energy. Let's try this once more and let's fill the places that are empty by your voices. Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening. Let's like it. welcome you all to the 821st meeting of legendary Toastmasters Club of New Delhi. To succeed in life, we all must have a mission. And just like those individual missions, our club has a collective mission as well. So how many of us know the mission statement of our club? 1, 2, 3. Well, let's take it not all, not everyone. But to succeed as a group, we all must know the mission statement. That is how we are going to achieve that mission. So the mission of our club is to provide supportive and positive learning and experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. How many people are over here have these mobile phones? Just take out your mobile phones, shut it off or put it on silent or vibration. If you're putting it on vibration, do not keep it on the desks. Thank you. Moving on, we have someone who is dashing, who is handsome, and who is smart. He's the smartest person over here, after of course me. So he is the president of our club. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Varun.
So, did you see all? It was visible?
Yes.
Right? Thank you. So, this is just one example of how you can set a tone of the meeting, how you can do it differently. This is just an idea. You can do yourself. You can do it differently. Right? You can make it your way. Always make it your way. No need to copy anyone, but you just be creative, be innovative, and be yourself. When the time will come, when people will remember best, then they should say, yes, Toastmaster was. Right? So that is what we expect. Now, so that's what the whole presentation. I think 4:35 we will be having the prayer break, and after that we will be coming. But before that, I hope you all have received whatever has been delivered so far, and we would like to share with you your experience and the present Toastmasters also. As I mentioned, many of the seasonal Toastmasters are here with us. So we would have that interesting experience sharing session at 4:35. So, Dad, Jineji, yeah.
Please listen 1 minute. We have now 10 minutes break. Before that, we will take the group photo of all the participants now. So please switch on your camera. Sinatun will take group photos. Then we will break for 10 minutes. Again, you don't log out. We will rejoin again after the break, prayer break. Then we will continue the question answer session. Thank you. Please switch on all your cameras so that our host will take the photograph. I think Atul is not there.
All ready?
Please switch on your camera, please.
There are few more participants to switch on your videos.
And with a good smile, because you have already had a very good training. Keep smiling.
Okay, so here we go with the first screen. Ready? 1, 2, 3, click. Just a minute. Now with the second screen. Are we ready? Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, cheese. Yeah, just a minute. Now with the third screen. Cheese. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, cheese. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jinat ji.
Thank you. Don't log out. Stay there. You can take a tea break, coffee break on your own. I have mine available here. So then we will join after 10 minutes after the prayer. Thank you all.
Thank you.
You note down your questions. We will have a further discussions.
So kind note, I have unmuted everybody. Those who are available can have a chat. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nitin.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your great introductions and explanation about Sergeant terms. I'm very happy to note that points. And in future, I will follow your instruction very carefully. And I'll try to improve myself as a Sergeant terms in my club as well as outside the world. And one of the beautiful tips you have given us, and it is very wonderful to enjoy with this evening with you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devraj ji. Your words making meaning to us most. These are the encouraging words for us, for the trainers, actually.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate.
Yes, that was a very nice session. Toastmaster Tapasvi Kumar.
Thank you, Revati ji. Thank you.
Definitely, I will be able to follow all the tips, I believe, and
Thank
it was
you.
a good session.
Basically, yeah, you can make it your way. You can make
Yeah.
it. There is nothing hard and fast. Minimum and you can do it yourself.
Especially the videos what you shared were also very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
There are in YouTube's also, there are many videos for sergeant how you can do it differently. There are already club meetings are there. So we can learn a lot of things actually.
Yeah.
Even I have not played any sergeant at arm role part. But being a president, being another officer, many times sergeant at arm is not present or he has important work. We need to take those roles, right?
Right, yeah.
So that way we are also having experience and we think that how we can do it differently.
Actually, I understood from your today's training that Sergeant at Arms is gets to learn many things. Like he's an initiator. He gets to learn how to do the PR, like public relations, when he's welcoming the guest, hospitality, etc.
Right.
And then he also learns how to arrange everything, logistics part and everything. So there are so many things that
what happened when we attend any meeting or any presentation, it looks very easy, you know. When we are just listening, it is very easy. But when you take that road, when you go early, nobody is there. You are trying to start the projector itself. It is very difficult for you.
Yeah, correct. And then the Sergeant at Arms, he also gets to speak in every meeting because he's the one who is going to open. So the energetic start and he sets the tone of the meeting. So all the roles he gets to do actually. If you see.
Those who like to speak every time, it is a good opportunity.
Good opportunity. Yeah.
And every time they can do it differently.
So that he doesn't, he can overcome the stage fear, even the beginner or whoever it is. So this is a good role, that even though he will not, he might not be giving the project speeches, this is a very good opportunity that he gets to speak, and he will be the first person to speak.
And as you mentioned, the confidence increasing, that will reflect in his speech, that confidence, that no nervousness, that ease on the stage. You know?
Yeah, right.
Because he is just dealing with people every time.
Right.
So that nervousness will not be there.
Later it will reflect in his projects. So it's a very good role to take. Actually, it looks like a very secondary role, but it's a best role. Actually.
That's how, see, that we should actually avoid in our ExCom committee itself, that all the roles are very important. All the roles are important.
All the roles are important, right?
Yeah, and everybody has to do others part actually, because not all the 7 members are available.
Correct.
So we are actually managing the teamwork.
Right.
That is the best learning out of this. When teamwork is there, and as you mentioned, the preparation, you can be a good leader, because now you are putting your efforts to understand the things and to communicate with the people. So that slowly, you will be a good leader. And without your knowledge,
I think someone wants to speak.
yeah. Anyone want to share something?
Yeah, I have one point. Mr. Tapasya Kumarji, one more thing. In that sergeant at arms role, you can do your own fashion. Impress the audience, impress the meetings. You can have your own fashion also. In one of the best point as a sergeant at arms, I feel it, we can do in different way. For example, when I start doing this, I used to tell thought for the day. Some small 2 lines which gives people to impress lot of things, how to feel it. This is what I feel it in that sergeant at arms, the very good opportunity to carry out the meeting.
Yes. That is there. Every time, like now you focusing on thought of the day, then you can make something else also, some other theme. Basically, it's a theme which you want to follow.
True.
People will start helping you, you know?
Exactly. Anything you can say 2 lines, whatever the impress way.
Then people will help you. That in your personal chat, you will see people will forward you. Can you have this thought of the day now, next meeting? You understand?
Exactly.
Started involving. You know?
Exactly.
That's what we want. We want people to think about the meeting before they come to the meeting. Right?
True.
And when it happens, definitely, automatically, your meeting will be superb, excellent.
Exactly.
People have come with their involvement now.
Sure.
Somewhere it is sometimes missing, because our starting itself is not is boring. Then meeting will be.
True. That is what my point also. Very great points that you have told us now. Beautiful. The first impression.
Your meeting will be good now, I think. Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for a nice presentation. It was anyway going to help us in the future meetings where we are physically going to meet. Unfortunately, this virtual meeting which we are conducting during this period have not much to do with the sergeant at arms roles, because of arranging the club, property managing, arranging the other venue properties. All these things not happening actually, but fortunately, we learn many things. As a new club that KRNQ Toastmasters, I never been into a physical meeting. I've been into all virtual meetings. So these points which we have highlighted and given us during your past experience on those experience which is shared through videos will definitely going to help in the future meetings which is coming up. And I'm sure that I can incorporate some of the tips that you have given up. Thank you very much for the time, and it was really amazing.
Thank you, Saines. We will be like to witness your meetings one of the day. I'm sure it will happen.
Definitely, you all are welcome for as a guest of the meeting. Definitely.
And as you mentioned, online also, as I mentioned, online also you can make it, more interesting, because sometimes
Definitely, we are trying our best to do that. That to incorporate many new things that, as Devaraj was telling, that the thought of the days or something like that, which will enhance everyone to be with the meeting.
Because what I understood, online meeting, more chances of getting distracted, more chances of people to leave the meeting, or just they are presenting, they are showing present, but they are not there. You understand?
Is what we are facing nowadays, like meetings, like more excuses are happening. Right. And no physical meeting is not happening. They're not coming to the meetings, or some other excuses. So the number of participants is getting down.
The point is, more challenges for Sergeant at Arms. You can start interestingly. Automatically, people will be there. They will not go anywhere. That's what happened to online. It's okay now, time, sir? Done? Still, I have time. Still, I think prayer is going on.
About the prayer time, is about to start or finish in Qatar?
Sir, the prayer time is about to start. So I guess we'll wait for 5 more minutes, then we'll start the session.
We'll wait for 5 more minutes, then we will start.
Then we'll start the session. Okay, sir.
The Maghrib prayer is just now, 4:45, so we need time.
So we'll start the session at 4:55.
Yes, that'll be fine.
So, Toastmaster Abhijit, which club are you representing? I think I can also unmute you, right? Yeah. Oh, I can also do it. 1 minute. Yeah.
Yeah, Toastmaster Tapasya, I'm with Qatar Toastmasters Club.
Qatar Toastmasters Club.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you are Sergeant at Arms, right? Any other role you are playing?
I beg your pardon?
Any other role are you playing or only Sergeant at Arms?
No, it's only Sergeant at Arms at the moment.
Right. Okay. Again, it is muted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for late joining.
Since how long you are in Qatar Toastmaster? You started
It's
with?
been 1.5 years now.
Okay. What about Mr. Toastmaster Devrajji?
Sir, I started just 1 year back Toastmaster Club. But I just started my career in Doha since 1997 to till now.
So
Almost, yeah. So long time I'm staying here as a electrical site manager in Siemens.
Oh, Siemens, huh? Okay.
In Siemens project. And I was also, I used to do in Qatar Gas a lot of projects, sir. And sulfur recovery project also I used to do with the testing and commissioning team. During that time I was there, Qatar Gas.
Right.
I'm happy to see you. You are from Qatar Gas. It's look like, so I'm very happy, sir. Very happy.
That is the beauty of Toastmasters, you know. Even
exactly.
Our Pandavaji also, we used to meet in Qatar Gas because he used to come for his project.
Correct, sir.
There also. So sometimes the world is very small, you know. We never know where we meet.
Exactly, sir.
I hope now the prayer break is finished and we can start our further sessions. Correct, Tabasi, Sirath?
Subha Lakshmi, you start? I think she is there.
Number of participants are getting dropped.
Yes.
All the participants, you can just switch on your camera. So let us talk face-to-face talk. That is more important.
It is better.
You can wait for 2-3 minutes. If somebody is coming back from prayer, let them also join.
Subair?
Yes, Rauf Sahib, prayer time finished now in Qatar?
No. Actually, just I want to share with you that just now in Doha, Azan finished, so it will take 5 minutes approximate after that.
Okay, so we will give 5 more minutes. Then we will
Yeah,
start.
thank you.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Deepak Singh.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
How are you?
Fine. How about you?
Fine.
It was a nice session to hear from you.
Any questions or anything you want to share?
I think it's fine. The way you have presented was very nice.
Yes. Thank you. But any question coming to your mind or anything you want to share? The next session is for that only, and that is going to be more interesting because all of your opinions, ideas, or any questions will get or dissolve.
True,
We'll
true. Perfect.
Our director is also there. He will share his experience and how to handle things.
Right, right. Nice, thanks.
Panchu.
Yeah, Tapasi.
Yes, how are you?
Are you fine? How are you?
How is your club doing Voltas?
Pardon?
How is Voltas doing? Voltas? Is it, am I audible?
I can hear you.
Yes, yes, very much.
So how is Voltas doing? Your club?
Yeah, fine. Well. Good.
You are having online meetings every frequently, every as per schedule going
Actually, not as per schedule, but it may vary. The days may vary. Sometimes it may actually schedule on Wednesdays, but it may go to Saturday, Sunday, something like that.
Right.
But at least meeting the criteria of 2 meetings per month.
Yeah, because we are side people now, so it's difficult to stick to a date.
Basically, a fixed date will help actually for people to plan their activity. Otherwise, people will say, "Oh, we came to know very last moment, and we are having already other commitment." This is happening.
Correct. Exactly.
And Toastmaster Tapaswi?
Yes, boss.
I am Mohammed Duran from Nepalese Toastmasters, Qatar.
Yes, Mohammed. How are you?
I just want to ask you something. See, as a sergeant at arms, we have the biggest challenge is introducing a single person, the same person every meeting, in every meeting.
Yeah.
So how we can make it more creative? Because if we have 100 meetings, let's make it more fun. How we can add that for the same president and same things is really challenging.
Right. You are absolutely right. Every time you are calling president and you are struggling now, what every time we can make it.
What new has done?
Yeah.
There's another way to do that. If you're the sergeant of arms, you need to be talking to your president of your club on a regular basis and asking them their hobbies, their children's name, their job, where they like to travel, all those different things. Are they going to school? Are they getting an education? Are they working on a new pathway? You can ask them 100 questions. And then when you're ready to introduce them, pick 1 or 2 of those answers and introduce them with only that information. When you introduce the president, don't introduce them with a half-hour-long introduction. Just grab a little piece of here or there, 1 or 2, and then next time do another 1 or 2, and then another 1 or 2. You don't have to do the whole long and say they were all these different offices. They did it for this many years, and they're so wonderful and so great. We know they're wonderful and great. Just say a couple small things that are personal about them, and you'll only find that out by talking to them. So if you do that, you can come up with a whole long list.
That's great, really.
Great idea.
Thank you, Michael. Actually, you are absolutely right. When you are dealing with anybody, you will come to know him personally, and then you will come to know about his hobbies, where he is inclined to, what is about his family, what is his passion, and you can inculcate in his introduction every time differently.
But keep it short. Don't keep it. Don't feel like you have the obligation because you're the sergeant of arms that you must give a long explanation. That you don't. You give a short one, personal one, so people can capture a little bit something new about the president each time. And you might have 24 times in a year. You got 12 months, 2 meetings a month. You might have 24 times to do it. So that only means that you got to have 24 little things that you need to know about them. And over the year, you can grab that. Often Sergeant of Arms make a mistake of saying too much at the beginning. Yes, you set the tone. Yes, you welcome the people. Yes, you introduce the president, but each of those can be short, succinct, and not a long speech. And it's also going to help in your club timing, because if your Sergeant of Arms carries on too long, your timing becomes very long at the beginning, and then you're rushed at the end to try and close it in time. So Sergeant of Arms has to be aware of those things.
Thank you, Mike.
Really great.
Let us start our session after the break.
Okay.
Let me thank our trainer Tabaswi first. Tabaswi, that was an excellent session for the Sergeant-at-Arms. I also learned many things from you today's session. So it is a learning process. Other than the presentation, you did more explanation about that, and you have shown 2 excellent videos to understand what is Sergeant-at-Arms, how effectively we can do in Toastmasters. That was excellent. And thank you so much from my bottom of heart for your efforts, and we all learned from that training session. And this is the experience sharing session. So let me share my experience in Toastmasters first. I was a member of Doha Toastmasters Club. I started in 14 years before. So when I joined Toastmasters, in the initial stages, I could not understand what is this Sergeant-at-Arms. One senior citizen is coming in the before starting the meeting, and he is encouraging the people, he is welcoming all. I thought he is more than president. That was my first impression about the Sergeant-at-Arms role. Then subsequently, I understand what is Sergeant-at-Arms. And one thing I can tell you specifically, only 2 executive roles has the authority to speak in all the meetings. That is, one is Sergeant-at-Arms, one is president. Others, if they have a role, they can speak. Otherwise, they cannot. So it is a great opportunity for us to start speaking and develop our communication skills. Today, Mr. Muhammad Noorin was asking, how we will introduce the president 24 times the same thing, and Mike was excellently explaining the things. At least you can learn 25 phrases or 24 phrases for him. Discuss with him what you want, how you want to be introduced. Then you take that idea and introduce the president in a different way. His passion, his childhood activities, the entire thing. In 25 meetings, you can invite him. It is not necessary that how many years you are in Qatar, how many wives you have, how many kids you have. He cannot change in 1 year, 3 kids, 4 kids again. Only 2 kids means 2 kids. So there is no point in telling the same things. Somebody is, can you mute others? Okay.
202 kilo.
Those who are not speaking, please mute yourself. Then we will open. And you can all open the video. It is an open session for all. Then I will tell you, I took president role in Doha Toastmasters Club, and I was president of Qatar Toastmasters Club for 2, not subsequent years, but different years. Then after, I took Sergeant-at-Arms role for Doha Advanced Toastmasters Club. Why? Because I learned that Sergeant-at-Arms roles is most precious role in Toastmasters. Then I did that. After 10 years of my Toastmastering, I start again Sergeant-at-Arms role. So you can do this role anytime. It is not that it is the lowest priority. It is the highest priority role in Toastmasters. I think this is my experience, and I did that president invitation for 24 meetings in a different way. So that was my experience. So you can learn 24 phrases in English language. Use that phrases for him. Dear Toastmasters, dear Sergeant-at-Arms, thank you for joining for this meeting. And now I want to hear, or we all want to hear your experience. One by one, you can unmute yourself and you can tell your experience, positive, whether it is problem making, or if it is a very powerful experience, whatever you feel, please share your experience. That will give energy for others. Thank you all. The session is open for all.
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear.
Hi, my name is Heloisa George, and this year I've been newly appointed as the Sergeant at Arms, and I realize how how demanding it can be to get the meeting started. My question is to both the trainer and Mr. Michael Walder, is it?
Waiter.
Waiter, okay, sorry. Sorry
That's
about
fine.
that. But to both of you said that it's very important for us to open it up and like basically the alpha and the omega. That's great. The opening I get, I understand, and I'm starting to make it my own. I'm actually starting to give it my own spin, try to really be the party starter type of thing, you know? But it's the ending. I don't understand what you mean about the ending. What exactly do you expect from us to end the meeting? Because I thought the president was the last one to close the meeting and do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, let me tell you, once the meeting is finished, there are so many things you have to do. Because there were many guests attended the meeting. You can ask direct feedback. That is also you can do. This is a common meeting. Then lot of, in the physical meeting I am talking about, physical meeting, lot of stationaries we are using. All stationaries are on the table. You can collect everything and put it in your box. There are a lot of boards we are fixing it. Take it out. Fix it properly. This is your job. You have to do it passionately.
Yeah.
This is our job.
So just to add to just to give you a bit of an idea of what we're doing right now, due to the fact that there's this whole global situation that's happening right now with COVID, we've decided to make our meetings hybrid meetings. So we have people online who are unable to either leave their office or their home, and then we have the physical side, and it's been working quite nicely. But again, that's really difficult. I'm doing the polls and everything. I'm creating the polls for everybody to that are online to actually vote for the table topics speaker, and also for the actual speakers, the ones who begin the meeting. So, but it's the ending. I mean, like when it comes to hybrid meetings or online meetings, it's quite difficult, isn't it?
I'll help you. Is it Helosha? Is that correct?
It's Heloisa, but you can call me Lou.
Heloisa. Okay, excuse me, Heloisa.
No
I'll
worries.
give you two things. One, as the Sergeant of Arms, every single person who walks in the door should walk in after you. You should be first. You should be there ahead of time, first. And when they walk through the door, you only have one objective: put a smile on their face. When they walk through the door, if you say hello and put a smile on their face, you've already done your job for that person getting started. So you should do that with every person. You got 20 people coming in, you need to make 20 people smile when they walk through the door. And that includes your president or anybody else. Going out the door, I always make sure that if I'm online with a meeting, hybrid or otherwise, I'm the last person to sign off other than the Zoom master. I tell the Zoom master after the meeting's over, how long are we going to stay on? The Zoom master says, we're going to stay on another 10 minutes to chat. Okay, that's great. I'm the last person to sign off. And everybody, as they're leaving, I make sure that I tell them, I'll see you next week, or I'll see you next meeting, and get that commitment for them. Ask them that they're coming back. I'll see you next week. And if they're not, find out why. And maybe there's a reason, and you can pass it on to your president. But always be the first to greet them and always be the last to say goodbye. And if you may not be this way, but some people are a little bit shy, and when they join Toastmasters, they're not very outspoken. if you're that way, this is a great way to break that habit. You're going to force yourself to say hello to everybody coming in and goodbye to everybody going out. It will cause you to speak a little bit more. And those are two things that I make sure I do.
Michael, I'll tell you what, you're just seeing my picture there. The only reason why I haven't put my face is because I'm absolutely shattered. But I can guarantee you one thing, I'm nowhere near being shy. Anybody who knows me, I am certainly not a shy person. So they definitely picked the right person to be Sergeant at Arms, because I'm more than happy to, like, I'll literally rip the microphone off of somebody's hands and say, no, I got this.
You're the first in and the last out. And you're the person, I mean, I learned Sergeant of Arms in a military Toastmasters club. And when we had a typhoon come through, I was the last one to leave the base. I put the lock in the key to lock the base up to get out.
Well, there's something else that we have in common then, because I come from a semi-military background. I'm an ex-military wife, so yeah.
Thank you all. Let us give chance to others also. Well done, Michael, thank you. Others, please ask your question or even share your experience so that we can learn from that experience.
I have a question. Hello, everyone. My name is Himanshu Agrawal, and I am the Sergeant at Arms at Alco Toastmaster Club. Okay. I joined the club earlier this year and became Sergeant at Arms for this term. I have had wonderful experience so far. And the best part is that we are the first speaker for the meeting and members listen to us attentively. At least that is the best part, because they are just fresh, they listen to us attentively. And I always try to do things differently to ensure that members are interested, but format does not allow us to speak or drift too much, because we have a standard format as it. And I discussed this aspect from my club members, and he suggested me to take the major historical events on that day, which has happened on the meeting's day, which I had done. So my question to experienced members, what do you do other than taking the historical data to make the meeting, to start the meeting more interestingly?
Himanshu, you can speak anything in the opening. You have a time frame, maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Within that time, or even 5 minutes, within that time, the main thing you have to do is welcoming all the guests. Then you can speak about the importance of the day, because many days are very important. So you can speak about the importance of the day, and some serious things has to be taken care by the public. You can even mention that in Qatar, next 2 days it will be very cold, or next few days there will be rain. Please take care of your health. Those things you can mention. Then, as we discussed, introduce the president in a different way. So that 3-4 minutes you can use it wisely. Nobody is going to stop you. There is no prescribed format. Don't use that format. But you can speak about the mission of Toastmasters. That is most important. Mission of Toastmasters, importance of the day, climate changes, whatever you think, you feel it is good for the public, speak about that. Thank you.
Thanks, Dad.
I suggest you talk to your Toastmaster today and find out what the theme is. And whatever that theme is, you just think about yourself. If you had been the Toastmaster, how would you introduce that theme? If the theme was Christmas and I was the Sergeant of Arms, when it's my turn to start the meeting, I would beat the gavel down, start the meeting, and I would say, ho, 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 Merry Christmas, everybody. And then I would go on and say something about the theme, but only a very few words. And that can add you another 10, 15 seconds onto your Sergeant of Arms duties. But just remember, it'd be better for you to say something about the theme and keep it on pace, because you're setting the tone for the meeting. Today I had a meeting, and there was a few people here who were at my meeting this morning when I was the Toastmaster. And when I got in there, the first thing I did was I said, hello, Middle East. And right away, everybody started to listen and pick up. And it was just the way you use your voice, and saying something very simple can set the tone. And that's part of your job as a Sergeant of Arms.
Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Hi.
Thanks, Michael.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, Raj Mohan, go ahead.
Hi. Good evening, all. This is Raj Mohan from Untitled Chapter Toastmasters. One of the best method is to introduce. the club president that I am doing is start with the moral stories. Make it a very short one. Try to connect to the president, or you can also try to connect to the theme of the Toastmaster of the day, the theme of the meeting. Okay, so that will be connect to the both, so it will be more meaningful as well, and you can reach out the people, and you can make very a productive meeting.
Thank you, Rajmohan, sharing that idea. Definitely others will also learn from that, and they will also try to add. Yes, Prashant, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, good evening, everyone. I am Prashant from Qatar Malayalam Toastmasters Club, Sergeant at Arms. I will share my experience in Toastmaster. When I was joining in the Toastmaster Club, Qatar Malayalam, actually I am a little bit afraid to speak that time. When I taken this role as a Sergeant at Arms, I conduct almost 12 to 13 meetings, I think. Yeah, these 12 meetings, I'm presenting in different ways as a Sergeant at a welcome speech. So basically, the biggest advantage in my as a Sergeant at Arms in Toastmaster Club, I started prepare the notes for that each meeting like that. So these things I want to share with you. That's all.
Thank you, Prashant, for sharing your thoughts and your ideas. So let me hear from others. There are around 50 Sergeant at Arms still there in this meeting room. So we want to hear from you, your ideas, your thoughts. Alex, salam.
Okay, I would like to share my experience as a Sergeant at Arms.
Yes, Alka, please.
Good evening, all. I am Alka from Wakra Toastmasters Club, and I always start my meeting with a theme what the Toastmaster of the day has chosen. If I think that I will be talking about a quote on the communication, suppose I choose communication is my main theme, then I same day or before 2-3 days, I ask my president what is communication mean to him and what is the best communication skills he has. Then based on his answer, I used to introduce him. For example, like I start my meeting, the art of communication is the language of leadership. So let us share our ideas, concepts, and imaginations in this exciting meeting of Toastmasters. So friends, ready to share our ideas. So this way, when I start, I already set the meeting. My members are already in a mood to share their ideas. Then when I introduce my president, I read out his lines, like he believes in active listening, friendliness, his greatest strength in communication, or something, whatever he has answered. And after I read out the mission statement, I always read that the rules of online meeting, which is very essential. How we all look in front of the screen is very important. Each member should look properly in the screen. Like we should not, so always stay center of the screen, not too high, not too low, and make sure nobody keeps moving around or behind you. So it's very important as we are conducting our meeting online, it's very important that all the members or guests who are present should know the rules of online meeting. So this way I usually end my meetings, and I always start my meeting with high energy and enthusiasm, so that I believe if I start more energetically, then that will reciprocate to my club members, to the guests who are listening to me. So this way I set the meeting.
Thank you, Alka, for sharing. You are really energetic. The way you are presenting the things, it is really energetic. And we would like to hear from Azizi Ali. You are about to speak something. Toastmaster Azizi Ali, you can share your ideas, your thoughts, your experience.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
My
Good
name is
evening.
my name is Azazi Ali. I am the Sergeant at Arm for HSC Toastmaster Club. I will share my experience when I joined the HSC Toastmaster Club last year. Just first, I was afraid. This is first time I'm facing the people, and I was willing to be one from the team. Then I will see the guy who will start opening the meeting, and who this guy start opening? This is the sergeant at arm. What is meaning sergeant at arm? I'm coming from the background of the army. What is sergeant? I know the sergeant in the arm. The sergeant at the arm here also in the Toastmaster. Then I was listening and recorded and take my notes. What is doing? I was have something I want to take these rules. And when we come to the execom meeting, then my name is coming directly for the Toastmaster as a sergeant at arm. With this one, I was abroad myself. Oh, I am the one the opening the meeting. Oh, I am the one the giving the rules for the meeting. I am the one the giving the mission of the clubs. I am the one the introducing the Toastmaster of the day, or the president to open the clubs. Really, I was abroad, and I'm doing this one, and I will continue to doing. And all the best. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, and you are really happy to do your job. You are passionate about doing that job. That's great.
Yeah.
Now
Thank you.
let us hear from somebody else, please.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Giridhar. I'm from Telugu Toastmasters Club, Qatar. I'm the Sergeant at Arms. I'm 5 months old in Toastmasters. And I'm 2 months as a Sergeant at Arms. So it's a continuous learning experience for me. And I've been privileged to have opened the meeting, and all my senior Toastmasters are guiding me very well, though it is a new challenge to me. And it's really, I'm enjoying the role. It's 8th meeting I'm doing this week. I'm really enjoying the role, and I look forward to learn more from all your senior Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you, Giridhar, for your encouraging words. Only 6 months in Toastmasters, great. Anybody else, please?
Yes, myself.
Hello.
Hello.
Devraj, please go ahead.
Good evening to all.
Yes, Devrajji. Yes.
He was there. You just
am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening to all. I am Devraj, CAC Toastmasters Club as a sergeant at arms. Since 1 year, I'm just doing this role. It is one of the best role. I feel very good to impress the people before the meeting starts. So I used to introduce myself, and I used to put thought for the day. The best word, whatever it is available by practical life, I used to tell before I start to give the club mission and vision roles. So this way I feel I can impress the whole audience and all meeting people to impress, to listen the meeting very happily. This is what my small humble thinking. I want to inform you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devraj, for that
good evening.
Nice words.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
my name is Anaswa Acharya, and I'm from Pearl Toastmasters Club. I'm Toastmaster for last 2 years, and these years I appointed as a Sergeant at Arms. Last 6 months I'm doing this role, and always I try to catch the mood of the meeting. Before every meeting, I set a quote, and I introduce my president. Accordingly, try to use new adjectives, because we have very limited times, 2-3 times only. But this time I have learned so many things. I'm very, very excited. I would like to apply all this. Like, as you said, I can add this, the weather will be like this, or something very exciting and important news we can share. I didn't know that before. So it is, I really liked it very much. And other things which were shared by all Toastmasters, definitely I'm going to apply. It is a very, very learning and successful session for me. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ansu Acharya. That was excellent thoughts. And let us hear from others. Please go ahead. We want to hear from all of you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, Umar.
Yeah. I am Umar Potangoren from KMCC Toastmaster Club. Actually, very good evening to all of you.
Good evening.
Our club is very new, and me also am very new. We just conducted our first meeting day before yesterday, and I was the sergeant at arms, and I delivered my icebreaking speech as well. And yesterday, when I played the role of sergeant at arms, I give a brief description of about the club because it was new, and I was thinking in future meetings that I will be talking, and how can I open. Now after attending this training session, now I am free. I feel very free because I got many idea how to open and what to speak about, and this training is very useful. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Umar. Well done. I was also there for your first meeting. It was a great opening by you that day. And today you learned many things. Utilize that idea. Use your ideas also, your thoughts. Do it in a different way. This is a learning platform for all of us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you,
Let us
sir.
hear from others.
Dad.
Yes.
I was also there when Umar was introducing the new meeting, first meeting, their meeting.
Yeah.
And even Umar is having that humorous touch. So we can apply those points in your opening sergeant at arms as a role, and you can make it more interesting, more fun. So people would love to again and again come and meet and join the meeting. So best of luck.
Thank you, Tapasri.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Sunil from Smedley Toastmaster. Thank you, Mr. Tabasi, for the nice advice and the clips, and Mr. Suber also. More takeaways from today's meeting because usually the reputation for presenting the president was cleared, and the thought of the day word could be used for the opening. And this is the important role because we are opening the meeting means the energy should be continued till the end, so that passing the energy with each members. And moreover, that we should know who are the role players of the day, all are present or no, all are ready or no, so that if any gaps are there, that could be, if anyone is absent, we can use someone else to overcome that gaps, so that the meeting is having no delay or anything. And the timing also important because time matters. We are the first person to make the speech, to start on time, make sure it ends on time, and continue, the flow is maintained. And I got more takeaways from all the advices from the speeches and the discussion. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Minuraj from ABBA Ladies Toastmasters Club, and I wish to share my experience. I was appointed as a sergeant at arms for the past 3-4 months. And usually I used to address the meeting in always an effective way with a bright smile, because I strongly believe a bright smile could bring more people together, because smile is always contagious. So after that, I used to appreciate the presence and appearance of the members. In that way, I used to grab the attention of all the members to me. And with a small quote, I start my speech. And I always keep an eye on time constraints throughout the meeting. And I always intimate it to the president. In that way, I carry out my role. That's from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meenu, for sharing your ideas. Yeah, we can do extra. Every time we can do something extra. You are adding some information to the president about the time exceed or whatever is there that you are personally doing. That's great. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
From North Star, you've been trying to get on. Deepakshan from North Star, you've been trying to speak, but everybody's been speaking over you.
Hello. Yes. Good evening. My name is Deepak Singh Jadhav. I have joined North Star Toastmaster Club almost a year back. And initially, I gave a couple of speeches, prepared speeches and these things. But around 6 months back, when I was given the role of Sergeant at Arms, I could feel that that brought me more openness in me, how I communicate with the people. Of course, this being an online where we are conducting these meetings, but I believe when we go back to open meetings, probably it will be even more useful in getting those organizational skills, arranging all those physical resources and these things in a timely scheduled manner. I think that will give even a more experience in doing these roles. Of course, the tips which are given today, like we can tell about the importance of that particular day or about the climate, and many of the tips which I have just now heard from other people will be very useful in presenting my role. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster Tapaswi, and that's where also. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak. Wonderful idea. Thought.
Good evening.
Yes, we hear from others.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm Mohammed Nuran from Nepalese Toastmasters, Qatar. Actually, we are just a new club and it's like 4 months. We have just completed our 9th meeting. When it was starting, I had been offered different position in XCOM, like vice president and secretary and all. But I chose sergeant at arms because when I research about the different roles, I find it is the face of the meeting. Every meeting, you are the face. So I chose it. And there I saw some challenges also to arrange, like hosting a party, arranging everything for hosting a party that you take care of everyone, what they need and how you will conduct a party very well. Usually I start with some questions, throwing the questions to audience to engage them. And today I got very good ideas from this meeting that we can make we can add more interesting things in our starting points. So definitely it is going to help us. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Nurin. Others, please, this is an open forum. We want to learn from you now.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, this is Mohammed Salim from SAA Toastmasters Club. Yeah, I am doing this role for last 6 months, and before also I used to do this role. What I like the most in this role is to introduce the president with the energy, and what I use to bring some idea, like I use more synonyms or more words by which I can introduce the president. This is one of the idea. I use sometimes the voice modulations also to bring energy amongst the participants. And today's session, it was helpful for me in a way that one thing it was missing was the humor. So in the coming meetings, I will try to add more humor into my speech or into my introduction. So this was one of the takeaways from this meeting. It was a wonderful session. Thank you all. And thank you, the trainer, mostly.
Thank you, Mohammed Salim, for your thoughts and energy.
Thank you.
Yeah, humor is also one of the best things, so that you can grab the attention of the audience. You can connect with the people very fast with the humor. Great. Anybody else would like to share, please?
While they're waiting, I'll just give you another small note. As Sergeant of Arms, one of the things that I do, if it's live meeting, not online, I carry a small card in my pocket and I put down the first word of a few things such as president, maybe a quote or a comment, and I just put a few notes for myself. If it's the Zoom line, I have that paper sitting next to me as Sergeant of Arms, and I write down 3 or 4 words, and those are my checkpoints. We were talking earlier with the trainer when he said you need to have a checklist of something. I use a single word with a small box just to key my brain to remember those small things. Nobody's going to see your checklist online. Nobody sees your notes or paper. You have it laying right next to your computer. You don't have to look far away to see it, and it keeps you on track. And I find out when I'm teaching people, executives to speak, I always tell them, if you're going to give a speech to people, even if it's a smart talk, make sure you write it down and read it back to yourself first. If it makes sense to you, then it's going to make sense to other people. But if you write it down and it makes no sense, it's not going to make sense to them either. So as Sergeant of Arms, when you're starting off the meeting, it's helpful to have some notes, and nobody's going to know about it but you. And if it's a live meeting, just put a small card in your pocket with it. But it's just another little tip from being a Sergeant of Arms. Back to you.
Thank you, Michael. Great thought. Anybody else would like to share your experience, please?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Padma from Aurora Toastmasters Club.
Yes, please.
Initially, I was very shy, but when I took the role of Sergeant at Arms, for first 2-3 meetings, I felt very nervous. But after these 2-3 meetings, then I started becoming more confident. And immediately after 2-3 months, I even I started feeling like being in XCOM. I started having the feeling of a leader. And immediately after 2 to 3 months, they assigned me the role of contest manager. And even I felt confident to take that role also. So this was the change that this role brought in my personality. Today's meeting was very useful. I got more ideas, and thanks to all the organizers.
Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much.
That's a great thought, and please use all these ideas in your future meetings so that you will develop in a more months, 6 more months. You have to do the same role, and you will learn more things. Continue learning. Thank you. Anybody else, please? Others, please open your video, unmute yourself. Go ahead.
Sabir, you got a little bit of a difficulty because in your culture, and I've worked around the world in 18 countries, but in your culture, there are a lot of people who are a little bit reserved at first when you're first meeting new people, just part of the culture there. And some places like in America, you never have to ask people to speak. They're always stepping forward and speaking. Sometimes they speak too much in America. But in your cultures, there often the people are a little bit more laid back. Still want to get the job done. Still good people. Still good Toastmasters. They're just a little bit more reserved. So your job is more difficult than some other places in the world. But I think the people today are learning. The trainer was good. He gave them a lot of good points, and I think that this District 116 is going to be doing super in the future. And I know the division manager is the division director is very, very proud of all the clubs, especially all the new clubs that are started. You've got a lot of new young clubs, 4 months, 6 months, 1 year. Those are all rookies. Those are all new people. And hopefully they will grow and aspire and do things. But the confidence, as Padma says, the confidence is only going to come by you taking the role, opening your mouth, and getting feedback. And after you do that 2, 3, 4 times, you find out that you believe. Very, very talented. We just don't use those talents. And when they're prodded or pushed just a little bit to use those talents, we find like a rose, they're just going to open up and they're going to be beautiful. But it takes a little bit of pushing. And in your culture, I know it's a little bit more laid back. So I think that these meetings are very, very good for everybody. But we need more people to speak up. We need to encourage them, but that's all you can do.
Thank you, Michael.
I just want to add that this idea of introducing president differently in every meeting, it really works. I do that, and I have noticed people like they are waiting for me to how I will be introducing president today. So it really works. It is good. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, trainers.
Thank you.
I think Toastmaster Chris wanted to say something. Christopher?
Hi to all. Good evening. Well, basically, I just want to share my experience as a sergeant at arms. Before, when we do the physical meeting, I used to do all those tasks, preparing the chairs, the notes, and everything. So I'm glad that not glad, but right now, since we don't have any more physical meetings, so it's a little bit less now. So, but for me, as a sergeant at arms, it's a very tough role, and I thank you so much for the topic for tonight. I learned so much a lot, and I'm gonna use all those ideas when everything backs to normal. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Christopher. I think basically we need to think out of the box, right? When you start now this meeting, many of our experienced and new Toastmasters that their ideas, and now thousands of new ideas will arrive, and definitely I'm sure in our division or in our district, all the meetings will start with boom. That is what we are expecting. You can also do like that.
All right, thanks. I will do that.
Anyone else?
Hello. Good evening, all. This is Brawlin from Orido Toastmasters Club. I've been member for Toastmasters Club like last 1 year, and it's really indeed actually this training modules. I get a lot of takeaways from this meeting, and whatever technique the trainer shared, really it's helpful for me. I felt myself actually very confident nowadays. If I compare myself 1 year before, I'm getting too much confident, and no, I'm not scared for anything, even in front of people, and that's a real strength of Toastmasters Club. And one more thing, even it really helped me in career and personal life. And today's meeting is really awesome. And one more question to the senior members. Can I use some jokes in the initial talk?
You mean to have some jokes?
Yes. You can use recommendation to use a short joke, a short joke, or an anecdote, or a short quote. Any one of those
Short
three, but keep it short.
Okay. Thank you.
Because you have to do it within your time limit. That is most important in Toastmasters.
Right. And another thing, Toastmaster Brawlin. Yeah, because you can use this joke, but it should not hurt anyone's feeling. You understand? Because any small remark or comment, just for fun, you are not intending, should not create any issues later on. So, otherwise, it's good. If you are confident this is going to work, you can use it.
Without harming anything.
Yeah.
Thank you all. We will continue our meeting for another 15 minutes up to 6 o'clock in Qatar and 8:30 in India in my place. But before that, let me thank you, my team. I will take 2 minutes to thank you, my team, especially our host, Atul. He is not here now. He is attending another session now. He opened the meeting. He arranged everything. He arranged a lot of things for this meeting because last few weeks we were together, all others, the trainer and all other our team. The first part is Atul Haridas from Doha Club and our host Subbalashmi and Seenat. They have done a great job for our meeting, and I would like to thank all these two hosts who has done the job perfect. And the registration team, Toastmaster Sushil as well as Toastmaster Himanshu, both of them have done many things for completing our sessions in a great way. They have organized, they have sent special mails to all of you to make sure that you are all attending these sessions. Then we have a timer, Fahim, who has done a great job for controlling our time. And today I have to thank all the subordinate teams positively attended the meeting and share your thoughts, share your ideas, share your experiences for this meeting so that others can also learn from your experience. Great. Thank you all. And thank you, Toastmaster Michael, for enlightening us with your experience, your thought process, and that is a great experience from you. And our trainer Tabasri, you did a great job. All the subordinate teams will accept that you have done a great job, great homework. You have done a great homework to make sure you are delivering your role in a positive way so that we all learn from you. Thank you so much. Thank you all the leaders of all the clubs, the District 116. As Michael said, this experience we are going to utilize in our club to make sure that in parallel, we are learning many things from the club. We are supporting each other. We are gaining knowledge for us also by doing that. Thank you all. We will continue our section another 10-12 minutes so that you can share your ideas. Once again, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
Over to all the Toastmasters.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'd like to say a word that anybody who's interested on Sunday night, the 13th at 7 p.m. Doha time, 7 p.m., the Global Improv and Storytelling Club will be having their Christmas meeting. If you've never been to an improvisation meeting, you might want to stop by just to watch it and see, because it is unlike any other type of meeting you're going to go to. I've been in Toastmasters a long, long time, and improv there is just knocking the walls down, breaking traditions, but still meeting the requirements of teaching people how to speak and help them be better speakers. But improvisation is very challenging. Just to give you an example, I gave my icebreaker there about 4 weeks ago just to help the club get started. I was on a trip to Russia, explaining Russia, and halfway through, the Toastmaster interrupted me and he says, "Michael, you're in the wrong country. You're supposed to be in Thailand. Get over to Thailand." So I had to change my whole speech story right in the middle and jump to Thailand with examples from Thailand, talk about Thailand, when my whole plan had been to talk about Russia. So we do this frequently with speakers in that meeting, in that club, that we interrupt them and ask them to go an entirely different direction. And one of the things you can learn, and is very helpful for you when you want to do table topics in your own club, you need to think 2 words, yes and. So somebody says, "Michael, what do you know about this?" You say, "Yes and then you continue. You don't say yes, but. And at work, that is very, very, very helpful, because at work, when somebody says something and you say, "Yes, but it could be," as soon as you say yes, but, they are turned off. They will not listen to you. They will not participate. But if you say yes, and, that means that you're taking for credit what they said and you're adding to it, which is a big, big plus at work. So there's a lot of things to be learned. It's just a different club meeting. If you're interested at all, pop in Sunday at 7 o'clock Doha time. And in the District 116 WhatsApp area, you can find the information about joining the meeting. But we have a lot of fun. We laugh an awful lot. So you're all welcome to join us.
Thank you,
Michael,
Michael, for the invite. Definitely we will join. Whoever wishes to join, please.
Michael, is it live?
I'm
Is
sorry?
it a live meeting?
Yes, it's online.
Oh, it's online.
Online.
Could you share the IDs so we can actually join? Can you share
While
it
you're
on the
talking, I'll go find it. While you're talking, I'll go find it. I don't have it off the top of my head, but I'll get it and give it back to you online here in a minute while you're talking.
Okay, that's great. Well, I don't think I'll leave that to Dad Subair to continue.
Sure. I will support. Yeah, please.
On the 116 WhatsApp 116 district thing, it's already posted there, but I'll find it for you. I'll post it here in a minute.
Thank you, Michael. And
Thank you.
let me call our IT manager and administration manager and the co-host, Seenath, to say a few words about your experience. I didn't hear anything from you today.
Yes, Dad.
You are there?
Assalamualaikum. Very good evening to everybody.
Good evening.
Failure is the stepping stone to success. Everybody knows that. And if a quality meeting needs to happen, can you say in a Toastmasters meeting, it is in whose hand? First impression is the best impression. So everybody might not know the value of sergeant at arms, but if a sergeant at arms fails to start the meeting on time, it might be virtually, or fails to do all the arrangements physically to conduct a meeting, surely the meetings will not be conducted in a quality and a successful way. So being as a sergeant at arm, it is our utmost privilege to lead the team. So here we stand united with our team. Comparing to the virtual meetings and to the physical meetings, it is not that much easy to conduct a quality meeting. But we all are very, very strong enough. So we should be happy to be united. And today's meeting, I can say we had a lovely trainer. And whatever the trainer has prepared with lot of efforts taken will be only successful when the participants like us are there. And today I can see the meeting etiquettes were followed in a mannerly way. There was no much distraction. And being me as a host and co-host, I didn't feel any hindrance in looking into this meeting. So this is where all our sergeant at arms stand. And we had a lovely leader. This is our dad, distinguished Toastmaster Zubair Pandavar. With his lead, we are so happy that we were able to take over this meeting in a successful way. So here, leaders, we are bound to follow and represent, as well as to be a role model to everyone. And you will make a change to others. We also say that education is the strongest weapon which we can use to change the world. But a sergeant at arms can do many wonders in making the club meeting and the club to represent in a successful way. And thank you all. I really had enjoyed this meeting and I had listened a lot of valuable and knowledgeable information from the experienced Toastmasters, especially with the Honorable Toastmaster Michael and everybody who were present here. Thank you all, and over to our beloved dad. Thank you.
Thank you, Seenath, for sharing your thoughts. Thank you so much. And let us hear from our another host, Subbalashmi. You are there? Still there? Co-host Subbalashmi, you are there? Let us hear from our registration desk, Sushil. Toastmaster Sushil, you are there? Thank you, Michael, for sharing your meeting ID. Dear fellow Toastmasters, please note down the meeting ID he has already shared in the chat box.
You can find the Zoom ID and password in the chat box for everybody. If you'd like to look under everyone, it's there. So.
Thank you, Michael.
Welcome. We're all
Anybody
in this
else
together,
would like to share? Himanshu is there, Toastmaster Himanshu.
I think just now he muted or what.
Okay. So we will continue another 5 minutes.
Yeah, I will sincerely appreciating Michael, the great word. It is one of the very, very, very useful and very good experience message, which I never get anywhere from him. It is a great thought. I appreciate him. Thank you very much, as well as Mr. T.M. Tapas Shivakumar also. Thank you very much.
I thought the trainer did a good job. Just a word for some of you people who are a little bit older, and I know some of you are, also for the young folks. If you're in Toastmasters and you're doing well and you decide you want to take a break and leave, that's okay. And then come back, you can do it and you can be successful at it. I was in Toastmasters from 1986 to 1995. I took a 25-year break. And then in this February of 2020, I just came back after 25 years out. So I'm knocking the rust off and going to do it again. But I've been speaking for 25 years, but not in Toastmasters. So you can stop and you can pick it up again. So don't feel bad. If there's something, a crisis in your family or a crisis in your job and you have to step out for a year, don't worry. You will be welcome right back in. So it's a great, great thing. You're never too old to do it. I don't think there's anybody here on this page or any of these pages that are older than I am. And it doesn't matter how old you are. Henry Ford said, doesn't matter if you're 20 or 80. When you stop learning, you start to die. The best thing in life you can do is keep learning. So Toastmasters will help you do that. It's a great place.
Fantastic, Mike.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you, Michael. Your presence really today was very motivational and inspirational. Now particularly when you are sharing that after 25 years of break, you again join back, that itself is a true brave task actually. And we cannot imagine that, how it can be done. So this is really, we are looking up to you. We will be...
Yeah, we're all the same. We are all the same. There is no difference. We all have husbands and wives and children and go to school and pay taxes and have a car and fix dinner. We're all the same. There is no difference. It's right up here. It's our attitude. And if you got the right attitude, we're all the same. There's no difference between any of us. Doesn't matter how old or young or which culture or religion you're from. We're all the same. And if the world thought that, there'd be a lot less difficulties in the world. But unfortunately, many people don't think that. They think they're elite or different and so forth. But we're all the same.
We are in the same boat.
It doesn't matter if you're in America or you're in Doha or you're in China. When you join Toastmasters, you pay the same dues. You get the same materials. You get the same things to follow. They're no different. It's not different from different. And now Toastmasters is even putting out new languages. I thought I saw, maybe I'm wrong, but I just saw that they're going to come out with Tamil in 2021, I believe, or maybe they already have. But it's in a variety of different languages. Didn't used to be that way. It used to be all English. All English. It also used to be for you new young people who are in Toastmasters. Toastmasters back in the 80s and 90s, when you gave a speech, your evaluator, your vice president of education could say, Michael, you didn't do well. Do that speech over. And I had to do it over. And some of the people who I know are very high level today, very experienced Toastmasters will tell you when they started, they had to do over their first 3 or 4 speeches because they were disapproved. with the new pathways we have here, even if you do poorly, it's almost impossible to ask somebody to do it over again, and they do progress. But some of us had to do them over under the old system. New system is good, it works. We should support it, but it's not as strict or as hard as the older system was. And you just need to never be afraid to do your speech over. If you yourself give a speech and you yourself are not satisfied, believe me, the other people are not satisfied either. So you can go back and do it over, and there's not going to be any problem with it. No one's going to say you can't do it over. Just tell your vice president of education, I want to do that one over, and make it better the second time. I mean, it's your option. So don't be afraid. Don't jump out there and try it. And if you're not satisfied, do it over again. That's just got to have that spirit. Don't be afraid to try things. So, folks,
Beautiful.
I got to go. I didn't want to stay till 6 because I had about something I have to do at 6:05. So I'm leaving. God bless all of you. Keep up your good work as Sergeant of Arms. And I'm out here for Mr. Trainer. Thank you very, very much for your training tonight. I appreciate it. You did a good job. Thank you very much. I'll see you all around District 116. I'll see you around 116. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. And I saw one chat that who is from Muhammad Norin, that why don't we create one WhatsApp group? Great idea. You can do that with all the subject terms. You can share your thoughts, share your ideas. There are WhatsApp group for presidents and vice president education. So subject terms, you can get the complete list of subject terms with the mobile number or WhatsApp number. Create one group so that you can share. You can add others also who are not attended the meeting. We can share the presentation there so that you can learn from that presentation. Other than that, we will share the presentation through mail also for all the subject terms. So this is a great presentation, and you can go one by one page. You can learn many things. Thank you all for joining for this today's meeting, sharing your
Thank you,
thoughts,
sir.
sharing your experience, your ideas. If somebody would like to say something, we can wait for some more time. If anybody would like to say something, otherwise we will wind up. We are on time now. I don't want to
Thank you, Mr.
take more
Subair.
time from you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Subair.
you.
Wonderful explanation. I really appreciate your speech. I love it, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sidi. Thank you, Mr. Dad. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
It was
Thank
a
you
great
for
Stay healthy.
session.
all these things.
It
Thank
was
you,
a great
everyone.
session.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.